14, I almost killed myself. I know, it's quite a wide statement to start a video with, but that's true. I broke both of my arms, 2 ribs, I had a liver hematoma and a concussion. The official reason? A hole in the ground while riding my scooter. But that's just half of the story. It was a hot summer in Italy and we were a group of 15 friends and we always met at a park during the afternoon. It didn't matter which park, as long as we could hang out together. Doing everything or nothing didn't matter either. Boys stopped running after a ball and pay more attention to the girls. And the girls liked the attentions and love was in the air. At that age, flirting could mean a lot of things. A constant, almost annoying banter. A quick ring on the phone signaling, I'm thinking about you. Or water balloons. That's right, water balloons. That's how boys can show love. Then, one afternoon, a friend and I took on the responsibilities to buy all the buckets and water balloons. I still remember the excitement of driving back from the shop. Unfortunately, the excitement quickly turned into tragedy. On the last turn, I hit a hole and fell. The damage was clear since the very first moment. While I was still rolling on the concrete, I could feel my whole body pulsing. I had the sensation that I was as big as a horse. As I stood up, I could barely breathe. I tried to get my helmet off with my right arm, but I couldn't. The elbow broke and my upper arm split in half. I still remember that pain and fear took over in that moment, and despite 2 broken ribs, I found enough breath to make one single excruciating scream. My friends at the park, hundreds of meters away, still remember it. They couldn't hear the noise of the scooter falling, but they clearly heard the pain in my voice. The ambulance came and the paramedics did a great job. They quickly sedated me and took me to the emergency room. Obviously I forgot most of it now, but I remember waking up the next morning with a cast on my arm. But not the right arm, it was the left. I was so overwhelmed by pain that I was holding my butchered right arm with the left, despite a crack on the wrist. And while they didn't put a cast on my right arm, they definitely did some work on it too. There was a metal plate connected to sets of screws coming out from 2 different parts of my upper arm. Despite the pain, I felt relieved. Obviously I was in pain, but at least I was out of danger. Little did I know that it wasn't over. The day before the surgery on my right arm that would replace the plate with a cast, I saw something I'd never seen before. My brother was on holidays in Greece and my mom called him for updates. The call went well for the first few minutes, but then she burst into tears. I'd never seen her cry before, so I got confused and frustrated and I shouted for her to stop. But she couldn't. She knew something that we didn't. She knew something that she revealed only 3 years later. The doctor spoke to her in the morning, and because of how the elbow broke, the surgery was very complicated. There was a significant chance that they might have to amputate the arm. I cannot imagine the anxiety she experienced while waiting for the surgery to end. The pain she went through looking at her son, now desperately frail. Then why? Why did my family, friends and I have to go through all this hell? If the hole in the ground is just half of the story, could I find the answer in the other half? The day before the accident, a friend of mine, a beautiful girl, made a comment to another friend. I overheard it, and it was about how the helmet, my helmet, looked weird on me. As a tiny, insecure 14-year-old boy who wanted to impress, I took note of the comment. When the next day I was coming back from the shop to my friends, I felt compelled to look cool instead. So I tried to untie my helmet and leave it halfway on top of my head. With my eyes off the road and only one hand, I couldn't see and then handle the hole in the concrete. The catastrophe was done. My self-doubt almost killed me and brought immense pain to my family, friends and I. And it spilled over to my community and who knows, maybe the whole world. Then could I, as a young boy, avoid all of it from happening? According to a deterministic view, I couldn't. Genetics and environmental factors led me to get upset at my friend's comment and try to remove the helmet. I had no free will in the decision. It was all out of my control. And that's true, partially. At that moment, the event was determined. It was too close in time to solve my confidence issues. But what about future problems related to the same issue? Are they determined, or can you apply some free will on those? Can you improve and better deal with them? Even if you decide to improve, that's not your free will. Genetics and past experience led to the decision to improve. You're just drifting through life. But how useful and practical is even to believe this? This mindset pushes many to be at the mercy of external events, to stop chasing their dreams and be unsupportive to others. A way out from duties and responsibilities that leads to a meaningless life. A constant sense of apathy and frustration. We are going to suffer as my mom, friends and I would have kept suffering if I didn't take actions to make myself better. Patricia Churchland once said, "Am I free?" is really the wrong question. Instead, we should ask ourselves, how much control do I have right now? And the more control we have, the more responsibilities we also have. Embrace the idea that you have the strength to influence your destiny. Embrace the idea that you can live a life on your own terms. This is powerful, yet far from easy. You must step into the unknown to increase the area of control. You must enter the forest from the darkest point. It's hard and scary. You will fall many times, badly, and you still see the people you love crying. Therefore, you can't do it alone. You need an ally that can lift some of the weight off your shoulders. And the strongest ally is a meaningful why. As Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. But meaning doesn't guarantee not to fall to the bottom of the ocean. Quite the opposite. But you have a reason to swim back up, stronger than ever. And when you struggle to find that reason, look beyond yourself. Embrace the evolution of your being. As a newborn, your mouth was all your world. At 4 months old, you became aware of things outside your body. And only at 7 years old, you became less egocentric and learned to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And growing up, this connection must keep on expanding beyond your body, mind and desires. Its contribution, the natural evolution of a mature and responsible person. And this doesn't mean trying to fix the world. You might still struggling to make your own bed in the morning. So first, get your room in order and stop making people around you suffer for no reason. And then expand it even more and live their lives. And who knows what's your limit, where you can get, but you can find it if you take one step at a time. So, what responsibility have you avoided that you must attend? What small contribution can you make right now? Answer those questions every day and you will enter the path to a meaningful life. By the way, for those wondering, the surgery went really well.